Once upon a time, there was a curious girl named Alice. She loved to read books and daydream, but what she loved most was discovering new things. One warm afternoon, while she was sitting under a tree, Alice saw a strange white rabbit. The rabbit was wearing a coat and looking at a watch. It was walking quickly and saying, "Oh dear, I'm late, I'm late!" Alice had never seen a rabbit like this before, so she stood up and followed it. The rabbit suddenly jumped into a large hole in the ground. Without thinking too much, Alice followed it and fell down, down, down into a very deep tunnel. While she was falling, she noticed shelves on the walls with books, lamps, and strange objects. It felt like the fall would never end. Finally, she landed softly on the ground. In front of her was a long hallway with many small doors. On a glass table, she found a tiny golden key. She tried it on all the doors, but none of them opened.
Then she noticed a very small door behind a curtain. The key worked on it, and through the door she saw a beautiful garden full of colorful flowers and fountains. But the door was too small. Alice could not fit through it. On the table, she found a bottle with the label that said, "Drink me." Alice carefully took a sip. Suddenly, she began to shrink until she was as small as the door. But now she was too small to reach the key on the table. Next to her, she saw a small cake with the words, "Eat me," written on it. She took a small bite, and this time she grew very tall, almost touching the ceiling. Alice felt confused and started to cry. Her tears formed a small pool on the floor. Soon, a mouse appeared, swimming through the pool of tears. Alice tried to talk to it, but her words scared the mouse away. She then met many strange animals who were wet and cold. They all decided to run in a circle as a race to dry themselves. No one won, but everyone felt warm again.
Later, Alice met a tall caterpillar sitting on a mushroom and smoking a pipe. The caterpillar asked, "Who are you?" Alice did not know how to answer because she had changed size so many times. The caterpillar told her that one side of the mushroom would make her grow taller, and the other side would make her smaller. Alice took a piece of the mushroom and learned how to control her size. She continued walking and soon came to a house that belonged to the white rabbit. Inside, she found gloves and a fan. When she used the fan, she began to shrink again and quickly ran away before getting trapped. Not far from there, Alice met the Cheshire Cat, who could disappear and reappear whenever he wanted. He smiled widely and gave strange answers to her questions. He told her she could visit the Mad Hatter or the March Hare. Alice chose the Mad Hatter's house. There she found a long table with many chairs and a tea party that never ended. The Mad Hatter, the March Hare, and a sleepy dormouse were sitting there. They spoke in riddles and changed seats all the time. Alice tried to understand them, but their conversation made no sense. She finally left, feeling tired and confused.
Emma was walking home from school when she noticed something shiny on the ground. She picked it up and realized it was a small silver key. It looked old and mysterious. Curious, Emma decided to find out what the key opened. She walked around the neighborhood, trying it on every door she could find, but nothing worked. Just as she was about to give up, she saw a tiny wooden box under a bench in the park. The box had a little lock on it. Emma tried the key, and it opened. Inside the box, she found a note that said, "To the one who finds this, always stay curious." Emma smiled. She didn't find treasure, but she found something better, a message she would never forget.
Once upon a time, in a small village surrounded by mountains, there lived a curious little fox named Felix. Felix loved exploring the forest, discovering hidden paths, and making friends with every creature he met. One sunny morning, while chasing a colorful butterfly, he stumbled upon a sparkling river he had never seen before. By the river, he found an old, mysterious key half buried in the sand. Excited and curious, Felix decided to find out what the key could open. He asked his wise friend, the owl, who told him about a forgotten treasure hidden deep inside the mountains. Determined, Felix embarked on an adventurous journey, crossing bridges, climbing rocks, and solving riddles along the way. After many challenges, he finally reached a hidden cave. To his amazement, the key fit perfectly into a rusty old chest. Inside, he found not gold or jewels, but a magical book filled with stories from all over the world. Felix realized that the real treasure was the joy of discovering new adventures and learning stories that could be shared with everyone in his village. From that day on, Felix became the storyteller of the forest, inspiring others to explore, dream, and believe in the magic of curiosity.
If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to support us with a like and by subscribing to the channel. But first, we share stories, sentences, and words in English, all translated into Arabic. If you'd like us to continue with English stories with translations, make sure to write it for me in the comments. And if you want us to continue in this episode with slowly translated English stories, don't forget to mention it
in the comments. And, of course, don't forget to subscribe and like. See you next time.